So we are going to see a question on IP addressing. The M bit is 0, the value of header length is 10, the value of total length is 400, and the fragment offset value is 300. The position of the datagram is being asked, and the sequence number of the first and last bytes of the payload are being asked. So let's see how to solve it. The M bit is 0, which means the number of bits remaining is 0. So when do we reach the point when the number of bits are remaining is 0? When it's the last fragment of the packet. When it's the last fragment, then the number of bits remaining to be sent to the receiver is 0. So header length is given as 10, but it has a scaling factor. Scaling factor means increasing or decreasing a number by either multiplying it or dividing it. So if you have to increase the number, you multiply it with some constant value or number, and if you have to decrease the value, then you divide it with some constant value or number. Here we are multiplying it with 4, so we are increasing the quantity or the number. So header length given is 10 multiplied by 4 is 40 bytes. Actually the header length is of IP packet is from 20 bytes to 60 bytes, but we scale it with a factor of 4 and consider it between 5 and 15. So 5 multiplied by 4 is 20 bytes and 15 multiplied by 4 is 60 bytes. So the value or the range of IP packets is from 20 to 60, but we scale it from 5 to 15 with a scaling factor of 4. So total length given is 400 bytes and the value of header is given as 40 bytes. So what is total length? Data plus header. So if the header is 40 bytes and total is 400 bytes, that means the data is 400 minus 40, which is 360 bytes. Now let's see, offset is given as 300 in the question. We know that offset stands for how many bytes are before this packet, right? So I am sending data one by one. So how many bytes I have already sent to the receiver, that information is given with the help of offset. So we can find out the bytes before this packet by multiplying the offset with 8. What is 8 here? Scaling factor. Scaling factor means that if the number given as in the offset is 300, that means we have sent 2400 bytes. We multiply the number with 8. 8 is acting here as a scaling factor, right? So if they give you 300, then the number of bytes which you have already sent is 2400. Why? Because we multiplied with 8. So we have already sent 2400 bytes to the receiver. Now to find the last byte sequence number, we had been asked what are the sequence number of first and last byte. So first is your 2400, right? And the last byte of this packet is we can obtain by adding the data to it. What is the data being sent in each fragment? 360 bytes. We have already found it here. We have already calculated it here. 360 bytes. So when we add 360 bytes to 2400, the answer is 2760. But 2760 is actually not the answer because we have to subtract 1 from it. Why? Because we are also considering 2400. The counting is starting from 0. That's why your final answer is from 2400 to 2759 bytes, right? So 360 byte of payload is in this fragment, and the range is 2400 to 2759 bytes. And since this is the last fragment, because M bit is 0, so this is the last fragment, and we have already calculated the range, which is from 2400 to 2759, in which 2759 is because we are also counting the 0 here, counting from 0. So the correct answer is option C. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.